Celebrity Fight Club podcast, and I'm really excited about this show today, man. I'm here with the one and only Tom Shivers. What's going on, my man?
How are you, Dame? Great to see
man.
you, man.
Great. A month ago, we were just talking. Now you're partnering up with us. I'm partnering with you. We're going to blow this up. Delco Steaks, healthcare business. I want to know it all, man. And so you're a Delco guy. So what's it like being a Delco guy, getting into the medical business?
Yeah, I mean healthcare for the last 30 years or 25 years.
What is that?
So we deal. So my company's called Four Stone Partners, and we have a consulting company that also does some medical services like toxicology and pharmacogenomic testing and radiology. And we have providers all over the country, and we sell to insurance companies to help them mitigate cost for the care of injured workers.
Oh, wow.
Right? So if somebody gets hurt at work, it's a workers' compensation injury. We work with the insurance companies to make sure that the injured worker gets the care that he or she needs. And we do it at a reasonable price for the insurance company.
So okay, good. I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
So a business like yours, is it like, so you see all these attorneys like fight for this and fight for that, top dog law. I don't even give guys plugs, but
all the time.
So are these guys you work with?
No, we typically work on the other side of that. So we work on behalf of the insurance company and the injured worker, and the attorneys. I'm sure they'll say they work on behalf of the injured worker as well. But we partner with the insurance company. So when we sell to them, we work with all the employers that they insure.
Okay.
Instead of selling to employer to employer
Sure.
employer. We get one big deal, and then we get a bunch of employers, and we're national in scope. So we do business in all 50 states. We've got employees in probably 7 states. We're headquartered out here in Westchester, right by ACAC.
Wow!
And it's been we've been doing it. I've been doing this company for about 14 years.
That's awesome.
And great people, great clients, great employees, great staff, great team. So it's been wonderful.
But when you first started, is this something you always wanted to do, or how did you get into this business?
No one who is in this business ever wanted to get into this business.
Right, sure.
I didn't grow up wanting to work in this world, but one thing leads to another. So I got out of college and got a job at an insurance company, and then it just sort of morphed, from there a long time ago. But it's an enjoyable thing to do because we're helping people, we're helping companies.
Sure.
And the way we look at it is we're one big happy family at Four Stone,
right.
And we've been together for a long time. We don't have a lot of turnover. We've got I've got people that I've been working with for 25 years.
That's awesome. I saw the stuff, and they seem really dedicated and determined to help and blow this up.
They're wonderful. They're absolutely wonderful.
But it's real important, like in business. That's what I want to talk to you about, because a lot of people, they try to start a business, doesn't go well, they quit. You can't quit in anything you do. So when you started this business, like what made you get into the medical business?
So I coming out of college, I just took whatever job I could get because I was the first person in my family to ever go to college.
Right.
I knew nobody who had a real job.
Sure.
I grew up in Eddystone, so I was feeling my way for the first couple years for sure. But then I worked for a couple bigger companies like Aetna for a long time and other things like that. And I'm just not a corporate guy. I'm just not built like that.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody who is. I'm not. So my entrepreneurial kind of nature kicked in.
Right, sure.
And we started Four Stone. I started in my basement, $500.
Yeah.
By myself. When I was with another company that I'd invested in, we ended up selling that company, and then I had kind of choices to go work for somebody else, and thought, now's the time I'm just going to do my own thing again.
That's awesome.
Because I started a company when I was younger, but it's been great. So it's like you said, don't quit. I literally started. I was.
Did you start in Delco?
I started in my house, in my basement, in my house.
In Delco?
We live in Glen Mills. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'm still in Delco.
You can't leave.
Can't leave.
What is it? We can't leave from Delco,
leave.
man. I go to Miami, LA, and I got to come back to Delco. I know my kids are here, but it's the same
It's
thing.
something in the blood, man. It's something in the water, and everybody knows Delco. Like you go to Miami, I'm sure you said
it's
go to Miami,
crazy.
you can't get away from it, right?
Yeah.
So and even like Four Stone Partners, my company is named in honor of the stone for Eddystone.
I was just going to ask you how you came up with the name. That's interesting.
So I've got, 4 is a lucky number. I showed Dame my tattoo here. My son and I have the same tattoo in the same spot.
Really? I love it, man.
My daughter and my wife have it on their ankle.
That's incredible.
So
man. That's
4
awesome.
is a special number to our family. And why I say that, it's like, when my wife and I got married, I said, I'll get married whenever you want as long as it's on a 4. So November 4th is our anniversary.
Really? That's
when
great,
we went
man.
to buy our house, we're like, no, I'll buy whatever house you want. I got to be in a 4. So our address is 4 Garnier Way. I get up at 6:04 every day. Like,
wow, man, I love that.
All the companies I have, whenever I go into a new suite or open up, I have to make sure 4's in the address. And it's funny because the suite that we're in now, we're suite 304, but it was 305. And I literally said, I'm not signing the lease until you change the suite number.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's been crazy like that. But so 4 is just, and I played college basketball. I was number 4 or 14. My daughter was an outstanding basketball player. She was number 4. My son is a great college basketball player. He was number 4. Now he's number 44.
Right.
So it's in our blood. And then the stone is a tribute to Eddie Stone, and our logo is a lighthouse because Eddie Stone was named after the Eddie Stone Lighthouse in Plymouth, England.
Damn, that's something else.
And you grow up like outside of an elementary school. There's a big lighthouse.
Sure. Wow.
Like I'm in a row house.
Now you're doing all this because of Eddie Stone. Do they even acknowledge you?
I mean, my friends growing up, Eddie Stone is a really
Delco's a weird
community.
town, man. It doesn't matter how big you make, how much national media you bring to the town. They don't care. You know what I mean?
Eddie Stone is a special place,
right?
And everybody there has been great. And whenever we post stuff or we do stuff, you'll get Stoner done good because we call ourselves literally. Eddie Stone used to have a high school, and their name was the Stoners,
that's
their mascot.
Wow.
And then it closed and folded up into Ridley. So we just made a movie there was a movie made about how good we were in basketball when we were young. It was weird
that's cool.
because we're this little town, and we won state championships, and
that's
we won
awesome.
this, and so it's a really cool place. But yeah, I feel the love. I feel the love from Eddie Stone. I certainly give the love.
So you're a big basketball guy.
Huge basketball guy.
Did you even know and we're going to get into the fights and all that. Did you even know I was invited? You could have came if Ric Flair would have said yes. We would have went to Allen Iverson's birthday party the other night. He was invited to go, but I was so crazy with the fight. Iverson and him ran into each other at the Live Casino because that's where he was staying. Thanks to my man Nick Ryan. And they ran into each other, and he wanted Rick to come, me, and bring you and whoever I could bring. We should have went.
Now
me
I'm
too.
mad at you.
Me too.
Now I'm very mad at you and Ric Flair.
Well, not me. Be mad at Ric Flair because that guy, he was something else, man. But
he's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah,
Iverson is my number
really?
one guy. I love him.
We're gonna meet him.
So
We're gonna make that happen.
I actually have a picture with him and my family in the phone at a Sixers game. We saw him, but he's my favorite player of all time. He's my son's favorite player of all time. I would have loved to have gone to that.
You know what? I was so crazy busy, that, but I would have let you know. But that was crazy things.
Cool. That's awesome.
So getting it all, we had a crazy fight. We hooked up thanks to Steve Reynolds and all.
Love
our personas just match me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see the vision. I think now, at first you're probably like unsure, but I think you had to see it with your own eyes. And now you envision this at the big arenas. It's going to be, this company is going to be massive. So.
It's exciting. It is. And you said something that has resonated. You said a lot that's resonated with me, but one of the things you especially said resonating with me was, like when we were growing up, whoever the heavyweight champion of the world was, or whoever the boxing champions were, they were like incredibly famous people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all knew who they were. Yeah. And that sort of shifted a little bit to more of a celebrity culture.
Exactly.
And you said, look, the celebrity boxers will be bigger than the regular boxers because everybody knows who they are.
Exactly.
And you're exactly right.
Yeah.
And just sitting at the fights on Saturday, envisioning, hey, if we had some names in there.
It's over.
People go crazy.
Over.
Even the friends my friends I've been talking to about it or people I've been talking to about it, they all want to know who's going to fight.
Right.
They're all like, okay, well, that's great, but who? I'm like, that's Damon's world. I'm going to help him any way I can, but...
we signed Antonio Sabato Jr., so he's sort of like was a famous model.
Very famous. Oh,
general
yeah.
And this guy is so in it. Like, he calls me, texts me 20 times a day. I love the guy, but I got to get this together because we have something really planned. So I didn't really talk to you about it. And might as well talk because it's going to be shown later, but I'm going to talk about it this week anyway. So we're making a whole remake of Rocky with this because Sylvester Stallone loves Antonio Sabato Jr.
They kind of look alike.
Exactly.
A little bit.
When they were younger. So we're trying to bring Stallone out, do a big tribute to him, and it's going to help him out because it's going to keep the Rocky name alive. Yeah. So he's going to take on this guy who's going to sort of really fight, but portray Apollo Creed. And this is the whole remake of it. I have this whole thing planned out, man. We're going to do this. I'm working my ass off to make this happen. Wells Fargo Center. And this is I'm going to change the game. We are going to change the game. Yeah. We are going to change the game. And Antonio Sabato Jr. could be the next Rocky here. And it's
That'll
just
be amazing.
Because girls love him. And, he was a general.
My wife might actually come to the fight now. If Antonio Sabato Jr. Yeah, she might actually show up. Yeah.
The girl, all the Real Housewives messaged me when they had,
he's a very famous guy.
It might end up really doing something crazier, but it's funny that you said that because the celebrities, it's just like a lot of this whole business and anything in big business, you have to have great marketing, and it's a marketing strategy. So it's gonna work, but it's just crazy because of the fight was wild and we had Tyron Woodley there the other day, former UFC champ,
superstar, yeah, super nice guy too. I sat next to him most of the fight. Very nice man. The thing that I keep coming back to, and you're used to this, so I'm just getting used to it, is the amount of respect I have for the guys that get in the ring.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and they're so nice and humble.
Oh, absolutely.
And it takes so much courage to do that.
Sure.
And I sit there and you root for all of them, right?
Definitely.
Because they have the courage to get in there. But I think if we got, like you said, some bigger names, we could draw.
Without a doubt.
And the pool of people to draw from now is not just movie stars, but
we can get anybody.
And, even corporate guys or business tycoons, get them fighting.
And we have the strategy, which I don't want to talk on here, because we're going to talk off.
Yeah.
But the strategy to do this is done, and I can't wait to talk to you about this. If we're, I have this plan, man. I really feel this is going to be the biggest thing. Is the next WWE because I have this plan that nobody has, and I'm not going to let anybody else have it right now.
Perfect.
So just like when I do these fights, right? All these other influencers, they try to do these fights and stuff. It doesn't work because there's no strategy. They might be good in England. They come to America, they don't draw 100 people. It's just all a strategy, just like with your business. So with your business, why Delco Steaks? Why get into the steak business? How did this happen?
Serendipitously. So you mentioned I'm a big basketball guy. So I was an AAU basketball coach, and that's what it comes. The origin story is there. And one of the guys one of the kids that I coached, his dad and I became good friends. A guy Bill McKay. And
Bill, really?
Yeah,
he was at the fight the other night.
Yeah, he's a wonderful guy. I love Billy. And his son is actually roommates with my son, and they play college basketball.
Get out of here, really?
And his son, he has 5 kids. They're all wonderful kids. But his son Logan, who is Cooper's roommate, just nicest kid in the world. Right?
Okay.
And so he and Coop became really good buddies. Billy, as you know, because his history, was a pretty big bar owner.
Oh man, he was the man. Honestly, good seeing about Bill. Not to interrupt you. Yeah. Seeing him the other night, he looked back like he was years ago. I know he went through some tough. Everybody does, but he looked great. I was really happy to see that.
Don't say that, because all I need is him saying, "You said he looked great."
Now, shit.
Now I got to hear that all the time.
He's a step in a ring soon.
I mean, no, he's a specimen of a dude.
Yeah, man,
right? He's a specimen of a dude.
Well, he was a former NFL or player, football player, right?
And is just a monster of a guy, but a gentle giant, just a wonderful guy. So anyway, he and I start talking. We become friends. Our kids are playing together. Over the years, we're traveling together to all these AAU tournaments, and we start talking about doing something together.
Right.
And he has a history in sort of hospitality and restaurants. And,
sure.
And I don't, but I've always wanted to do something direct to consumer.
Right.
Because everything I've always done is in business to business, and so we decided, to try to do something together. We ended up deciding to do this.
Right.
We opened up in Springfield place called Fast Break Cheesesteaks.
Yes.
And then the whole idea was, because I don't know this business, I wanted to take a year to learn the operating model, learn efficiencies, learn the industry, and then we're going to just spend some money and buy some others and roll them into a big brand. And we did that with Delco Steaks, who has the biggest brand.
Yeah.
And we were quote unquote competing with them, but we're far enough away. But nothing but respect for the brand.
Sure.
They're everywhere. Their food was so good. So we had an opportunity to acquire them.
Sure.
And went with their brand. Sunsetted our brand completely. Nope, Fast Break was nothing compared to Delco Steaks.
Right.
So we leaned in fully to the Delco Steaks brand, and I have big plans for expansion there. We're in Springfield, we're in Ridley, We're in Broomall. We have a trolley that you've seen. It's super
it's
cool.
Incredible.
And we have a big food truck now.
Yeah, I saw it out there. Yeah,
it's a big one.
Yeah.
We'll be opening a media.
That's awesome.
Probably in the fall. Wow. And then next summer, in April or May, we'll open in Sea Isle.
Okay.
For the summer down there. And then the plan is, add 3-4 stores every year, become a regional, then national, then, global brand.
Going national. Now, do you have certain cities you think about, or you not want to talk about that yet?
I think opportunity will call.
Yeah.
We got to figure out logistics because with us, the quality of the food is what matters the most.
Sure.
So if we open in Florida, if we open in Tennessee, or if we open in California, it's got to be the same.
Oh, absolutely.
So we've got to find a way to make it all the same quality, the same cooking technique. I learned so much about this, Damon.
Yeah.
I thought a cheesesteak's a cheesesteak 2 years ago. Not at all.
So did I.
Not at all.
Until honestly, I tried Delco steaks, and it was so different, man. It was.
Thank you. We spent
the Cooper cheese does something to it.
Well, we also have a special proprietary cheese blend in there.
I never tried that.
We got that. That's great, but the technique, it matters. The roll matters. The quality of the meat matters.
Absolutely.
So we spent pretty much a year doing all the taste testing and going to all the places and trying to get it right. And I think we got it right now. I mean, you've had it. It's the best cheesesteak I've ever had in my life, times 10. And the feedback we're getting is great. But it's got to be consistent at all the locations, and when you have the food truck and you have the food trolley.
Sure.
Like we went down and fed the Eagles the other day.
Oh, that's great.
With the trolley, right? And they went crazy for it.
Yeah,
right?
Nice.
But the food's got to be just as good coming off the trolley as it does in the restaurant.
Yeah, 100%.
And between Steve and Dina and Carver and the people that we have who are experts in this, they're doing a really good job maintaining quality.
That's great.
So as we expand, we got to figure out a way to do it while not taking any steps back with quality of the food.
That's incredible. And I see, the other night at the weigh-in, all the people, everybody loved the cheesesteaks. I don't know how many, did everybody get one, basically?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty much. And the feedback was fantastic. People
that's awesome.
We ran out of rolls. The best thing we can ever do is sell out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We sold out, and it's a great feeling, honestly, owning the restaurants and having people eat it and enjoy it is very rewarding.
So what would make you man, this could be a hell of a business? I mean, obviously steaks are known all over. As to Philly, you come to Philly, you got to try the cheesesteak.
Try cheesesteak.
But now you could actually make it where you go in every city in the country and they have to have a cheesesteak.
That was the vision was this, right? We sat down and it's like, in Philly it's a big thing, right? What's your favorite cheesesteak? So everybody asks people, and they compare and contrast, and there are cheesesteak wars going on. But every place is one place. Like I like X, or I like Pat's, or I like Geno's, or they're one location for the most part.
Right.
And the idea was, well, wait a minute, what if we had 10 of them?
Sure.
And they were all exactly the same, and they were all better than everybody else's. Then it's Delco Steaks is our favorite one. Not Delco Steaks Ridley or Delco Steaks Broomall or Delco Steaks Springfield. Just Delco Steaks anywhere. And that gives us, a bit of an advantage. And the other thing is it's so incredibly intense. Believe it or not, the cheesesteak wars are real.
Oh, no doubt.
The closer you sit to Philly. You go further out, like we took my son plays basketball at Stockton University, and we took the trolley to the big Stockton game, the championship game outside. And half the people there from North Jersey never had a real cheesesteak.
Damn, that's something.
And Damon, it was they wanted. We sold out. Like they just kept wanting to eat more.
Wild.
The point is, the further you get away from here, the bigger the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because nobody's ever had this.
How about New York City? Have you ever done anything there? I think that would be huge in New York.
Huge. Yeah.
It's so crazy because I was there a couple of weeks ago. Even though it's only an hour and a half, 2 hours, right? Man, it's so different than Philadelphia.
Completely different.
But it's still, Philly, they would love the cheesesteak. I can see cheesesteak selling big there because they're always looking for food,
Yeah. And I think we'll end up there. We'll end up certainly. I think all over Jersey, all over PA, all over Delaware, all over New York.
Right.
But I think we'll end up in Florida because so many people from here go down there.
What part of Florida do you think?
So my guess would be that Naples, kind of
Naples,
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale's my place, man. I think it would work there.
I think it would too. And
Ocean Manor Resort would love this. My guy's down there. I'm seeing him this week. So
all right, well, let's go.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No, it's very, believe it or not, like it's really rewarding. We do it to make great food. My My grandmom growing up, well, before I was born, but my grandmom had a hoagie store.
Wow. Okay.
So it's somewhere in the blood, right? It's somewhere in
right.
there.
Right.
So
it's gonna happen.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited about it. And Steve Reynolds and the guys from Delco Steaks, they put an amazing brand together.
No, absolutely.
And now, buying into that, leaning into that, they've been really enjoyable to work with as well.
And they're good guys. I've known them for years. And I remember they killed it when they kicked it off in the pandemic. There was nobody shutting it down. They were selling it out of a little window at this place across in Broomall.
Yeah.
And it was just great, man. They were really hustling to do this, and they're all those guys are real, guys that are really in the business. They have good strategies.
Yeah,
and
smart guys.
I liked them a lot.
Yeah, they're great guys.
And now timing's everything too, man. I really believe with all my heart that this cheesesteak thing could be timing's everything. Yep. I know people know it, but this could be like a crazy run in all these different cities now.
So it's why can't it be Jersey Mike's? Why can't it be Five Guys? Of course it can. And it's the cool thing too is working with you and Celebrity Boxing now and getting to know a lot of the fighters.
Oh yeah.
They really like the food.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing that was cool about it, I really bonded with Conquest.
Yeah. That's my man. Yeah,
he's just such.
He loves Delco Steaks.
He
does.
And he bonded with me, bonded with my son. So I said, dude, we're gonna win, and we'll
we'll
name it Sandwich after you.
Yeah.
Like we'll
he fought a hell of a fight. It was
awesome.
a draw though. It was really. Clarence Taylor did it good. It was really a tough fight because they were holding, they were fighting. They sort of like about to grapple with each other. It was funny, but they're good guys, so it was great. But
but like I said, the Conquest, we'll put a Conquest sandwich on the menu, so
we
can do that. Like
with all fighters, right? Absolutely, that's a great idea.
You win a title, you get a cheesesteak,
I love it,
or a sandwich. And I think Conquest, if you got to get a call me, but I think it's chicken cheesesteak for Conquest.
Oh yeah,
but I need to know what he wants on it. He ate a bowl, so we
got
to put a Conquest bowl up there.
Yeah, he's an intense guy. Yeah,
I love him. Love him to death. He's great. And we had Delco Steaks on his shorts and everything. So they're all really nice guys. But Conquest was awesome.
No, absolutely. And there is a good opportunity here because with all the celebrities, and we're going to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it on here because I have a strategy here, but. With all this, it's just, because we're a national platform, and it's cool. It's like a great marriage here because we have something to promote. We have something to push. Any cities I'm in, we're going to push this.
I love it.
It'll be great if we could actually do the events and actually have the cheesesteaks all there, no matter what city we're at, know. So, but I'm really excited.
We did it the other night. We threw them out. You threw them out of the ring with people. People went crazy.
Yeah,
we've done that at basketball games where we've thrown them out at halftime. People go nuts.
My son grabbed a couple real fast. And don't want anybody to take it. He loves it. He said, "Dad, I got to keep that."
It is weird how people love them.
Yeah,
especially ours. They just love them.
It's something about the taste. What makes the taste so? Because when you bite it, it's like you can't have just one bite. You have to have two. Then it's three. You have to bite it.
It's cooking technique. It's how we integrate. It's the quality of the meat, the quality of the seasoning, the quality of the cheese, and the proprietary nature of the cheese blend. Because the cheese is everything. And the cooking technique, how you integrate the cheese while you're cooking it, and then the roll. And we've gone through, we've done 10 roll tastings. And you can't believe how many rolls are out there, to choose from. So we're going to make our own because we like it a certain way. And right now we have our kind of our own that's only made for us. But it really is the cooking technique and the seasoning that makes it different. Like you eat it and you're like, I don't know why I love this so much, but I love this so much.
It, It's just that it gets your taste buds and you just want more and more.
And we're pretty generous with the servings.
Yeah, now they're big sandwiches.
And the thing that's great about it is, I eat them for dinner, and I don't have to eat the rest of the night. It's great. But I think the combination of the two, the things we can do with celebrities and sandwiches, and it's going to be super exciting.
I can't wait to talk to you. It's just me and you. I have some plans here, but no, your stories are just incredible, man. Like you have, especially being an entrepreneur like you are from. Doing a certain business. Who would have thought you'd been in the cheesesteak business? But the cheesesteak business, it's all about how far you want to go with it, make it. And as long as it tastes good, because honestly, the sky's the limit for these cheesesteak things.
I think it is. I think we have a real chance here to do something special.
Oh, definitely, man. And, we're going to kick off something very big with cheesesteaks. We're going to talk. Then we'll come back and talk about it and all that.
That's going to be huge. I know what you're talking about. That's going to be huge, and I love you for championing that.
Absolutely.
That's going to be fantastic.
We're going to shock the world. We have something crazy going on. And also, I want to talk about your son, man. Like, Cooper is like a really incredible guy. I didn't meet your daughter, but
she's awesome too. She's amazing.
Yeah. Well, how sociable he is. Like, what's he going to college for?
So Coop is a basketball player at Stockton University.
That's
he's
right.
a communications major.
Oh, communications. Okay.
He wants to get in. I think he's entrepreneurial, like I am. He's very good with people. He's super intelligent, but he's really mature for his age in terms of his ability to read people and read situations. So he'll be involved. I hope.
How old is he?
He's 20.
Yeah, man. One thing about him, and it really impressed me, is just he shook my hand and looked me right in the eye. I'm one of those guys. You got to look in the eye. You don't look in my eye, I can't do business with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
I'm happy to hear that. My daughter's the same way.
Yeah.
Right. She'll look in the eyes.
Yeah.
She's incredibly intelligent academically and in other ways. So she just graduated from Villanova. Her name's
Gracie. Yeah. What'd she study?
She's pre-med.
Wow.
And now she's doing. She wants to be a nurse anesthetist. So she's going to go into nursing, and so she's super intelligent, super hardworking, and was also a pretty good hooper.
What's that feeling like, just to watch your kids graduate? Like,
amazing.
Then I feel like after my son, he got his degree and he's going to Williamson Trade School. My daughter doing her thing, and I'm like, man, I really succeeded now. Money, all the money I made, all the things I did in my career didn't make me feel like I'm successful. When I saw this, man, tears come to my eye, and I'm like, damn, I really did succeed. Like, I never had that feeling after doing big fights, pay-per-view, all this TV fights, all the media, TV. Me seeing the kids graduate, that is a feeling that then you feel like you succeed. You know what I mean?
It just pride.
Yeah.
Like, that's real pride in what you've been able to see. My kids too both had, they were both athletes. They were both academically strong, but they had their own challenges, right?
Sure.
And to see them overcome all that and fight through the intense workloads and the travel and all that stuff. And then, for Gracie to get out of a school like Villanova.
Oh, man, that's incredible.
I don't know if she had a 3.9 in pre-med. She takes after her mother in terms of her intelligence.
Yeah. I'm lucky I got out of high school.
She's a different level. And Cooper's really smart also.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still in college. But to see her graduate, to see her move on. And the thing I love the most about her, well, I love everything about her, but she graduated on Friday. Started grad school Monday.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy.
She's intense.
So she already had this plan, that's incredible, man.
She pivoted a little bit. She was going to go to med school, and then she wanted to do the nurse anesthetist thing, which I think is a smart idea. Flexibility and all that quality of life stuff. But she's not afraid to work. She's
that is incredible. Plus, at that age, like Cooper's age and your daughter's age, sometimes it takes a little while to really find out what you want to do, or but going right into masters. Usually, people take a few years, then they go to their masters. But that's awesome, man. That's incredible.
Literally, she took a weekend. I give her a hard time for taking a weekend.
Dude, that is incredible, man. That's incredible. But I always tell I think it's, and you could you always stress this too. I don't know if you do, but I stress to my kids, you got to go after this. But if it doesn't work, you keep pushing. You keep trying. If it's not this, you try another thing or keep pushing it. Because nothing's going to happen overnight. No one's going to give you handouts. You got to fight for what you want, So,
I try to say the same thing to them, and we've been fortunate to have some success in our life. But nobody handed me anything.
Nah, absolutely, no.
And you just got to go, And what's challenging is you see other people that are handed things.
Sure.
And then you want, well, why not me? And the answer is, I don't know, but it doesn't matter, right? Our journeys are all different, and I try to keep. The mentality with my kids is not what if, but even if.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, what if this goes wrong? Well, even if it goes wrong, I'm still going to do it. Like, even if versus what if is a big thing.
And you're really in their life. Like, you're like that. See, that's the thing. Like that. People are always like, man, what happened to my kids? Why they, do this to themselves or do that? If you're not in their kids' fucking life, man, how do you expect them to just, you can learn on their own, but you got to give them the confidence. When their parents are behind them, they get confidence.
Yeah, and I grew up, I didn't have a dad.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So
wow.
I had no father, and I had a mom who had her own issues.
Oh wow.
As an only child in a row house in Eddystone, right? So I grew up not easy, right? Like not easy. But I think the absence of that in my life made me double down with my kids. And my wife, my wife's the greatest person on the planet. But her family is such a wonderful family. And when we were dating and everything, and I watched how her parents interacted with her and her sister, and how everybody interacted, it was kind of a light bulb thing for me.
Sure.
It's just like, wow, people actually get along like this. This is crazy. And it we instilled that into our kids right away, like family first.
Sure.
Because when you don't have it, you realize how awesome it would be to have.
Yeah,
they have it, so they've taken advantage of it. And my kids are very close to each other, which I love. Like, they're very good friends. Yeah. They hang out with each other.
That is awesome.
And like I said, my wife's the greatest person on the planet. So her influence over them has been fantastic.
And that's an incredible story you just said. Like, because growing up, you didn't have your dad, and it was sort of. Do you have brothers or sisters? No. Yeah, so it's just you?
Just me.
Wow, my man. Yep. That's impressive. Because,
thank you.
Honestly, because that's like you're fighting to get there. Then you look back. And that only makes you want to have your kids so much stronger.
Absolutely.
So your journey to get here, man, that's amazing, man, because it's not easy. I can tell you that. Like, just knowing my mom, I didn't have my mom. She's quadriplegic in a wheelchair my whole life.
Your story's incredible. Your story's amazing.
I didn't have my kids. Yeah, thank you, man. But yours is also, man, that is just crazy, man. Like
we all go through it. My dad passed away when I was a freshman in college.
Wow.
I didn't really know him. I got a letter. Back then we did letters, right?
Yeah.
I got a letter from his family saying he was not doing well on a Tuesday. They said you should probably call him. I hadn't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah.
I called him on a Wednesday. He died on Thursday.
Damn, man.
That was
sorry.
It. Yeah. No. I mean, it. I just don't understand. You look back and you're like, God, he lived 3 miles from me, and I went 15 years without seeing him.
Damn, man. That's upsetting.
But it is what it is.
That's upsetting.
You got to get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes you strong, and
does.
Look at you, because then if you didn't have that happen, you might not be where you're at now. You know what I mean?
Exactly
and
right.
not have your kids. Like I always look at that too. Like if I had the perfect life growing up, like. What is the perfect family? You don't know what the perfect family is, but having mom and dad, and if I didn't have that, so I might not have had my kids, and I couldn't even live without my kids right now. There's no way.
No, it's I say this all the time, right? And I talk to my kids about it. Is everybody comes into your life, and you've come into my life now, right? Like for seasons and reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and sometimes those seasons are very brief.
Sure.
Sometimes they're a lifetime.
Yeah.
But, not having, people in my life influenced how I handle things. But everybody I meet, I try to learn from.
Yeah.
I hope they learn from me, good or bad. And seasons and reasons is a thing we say all the time. People cross your path, and you got to take advantage of the opportunities you have in getting to know more and more people. But they all shape us, right? So if they're not there, that shapes us too. And I think, the way I grew up absolutely unequivocally shaped who I am. Being from Eddystone,
100%.
Delco, only child of a single mom who had her issues, and no dad. Even though you don't want it to shape you, it does, and it makes you look at the world in kind of a different way.
Yeah,
and at least in my mind, and I think you can see that translate into the way Tracy and I raised Cooper and Gracie.
No, that's incredible, man.
It was we were in their life, very, very involved, in a good way. Like we let them fail, we let them do all the stuff, but we were always there for them.
No, you're a perfect example that everybody has a story, because I didn't know this all. Like we met, we got right to talking to business, but I really feel for you, because doing this, and people have to understand, but nobody could buy the experience you had through that life. Because if you didn't have all that, you probably wouldn't be where you're at right now. You know what I mean? You'd probably be in a different, not this career anyway. You'd probably, you might not have your kids, So you always look at it that way. It's probably make you want to fight more for your kids. That's the way it was with me. I don't know.
Always, yeah. And I try to tell my kids, one of the things I worry about with them is they didn't grow up in the difficult circumstances.
Sure.
So are they going to be tough enough?
Yeah.
And are they going to be entitled and all that stuff? And they're not entitled at all, and they are tough enough.
Yeah.
And I think how we approached raising them and the difficulties that we put in front of them, right?
Sure,
like when they were doing something, Damon, they didn't have a choice to not do it with all their effort.
Exactly.
I don't care how good you are at it. Just try your hardest. And they both did. But I remember I tell them all the time, like you got to appreciate all the things that
absolutely. Yeah.
I remember, I'm sure you do too, certain moments in my life. The one that shaped me the most is when I graduated from college, I had $12 to my name. And I remember because I tried to go to a Mac machine to get $20 out and I didn't have it. I had 12. So the machine, so like that for me, I don't know what happened to me in that moment, but I'm like, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm 22 years old, but
yeah.
Back in the day. But it's like, all right, I can start here and build it up. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just relentlessness and intensity and, like you say, never stopping,
never quit, never
and even
surrender.
if instead of what if.
Yeah.
And you try to show that to your kids.
Absolutely.
That intensity and relentlessness pays off.
Yeah.
In the end, it might not every single day, but at the end, you're going to win.
Yeah.
You're going to lose.
I don't know if you're one of those guys. And I love what you're saying. I don't believe in the word can't. I don't believe in that. Because I believe what really made me understand things is watching my mom draw a picture with a paintbrush in her mouth.
That's amazing. Like, you got to tell me more of that.
Yeah, man. Like how hard she was trying. Like she was literally like this. I don't want to just go about myself, but she was just like this. She could move her arms, but her hands were clenched, so she couldn't draw. So the people were teaching her, but they put a paintbrush in her mouth and she would do this and she would try. She couldn't move her neck well because she was like this. She couldn't, broken neck, quadriplegic. Yeah. But that, and she would always hustle. Like she was actually doing trying everything she could for life. And it was just,
that's awesome.
I didn't know it then though, Tom. Yeah. Like when I was a kid, I wasn't like this is motivated. I'm like, man, why is my mom in my life? I was actually, when she died, I was fucking pissed off at her, man. I was really, I was pissed. I was like, why is she died? Like, and I didn't know. I didn't understand. How
old were you when she passed?
I was like 28, something like that. But it was actually crazy because it was the week of my wedding and she died, No. It was really a crazy time in my life. So, and I was, when I got married, that's what just messed me up there. You know what I mean? As things went. And it was crazy because you didn't understand what happened when I was a kid and that. So, but that, again, that was my journey and it makes you stronger and want to fight harder for things. But
absolutely. Now, was your mom artistic before that? Like, was she a painter or artist that? Or?
She wasn't. She wasn't. It was crazy. She learned all this.
Because I've seen that picture. It's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, man. Why she was a quadriplegic in a wheelchair, so it was either she thought about actually killing herself a couple of times, but how she gonna do it? She couldn't move. And I'm so glad she didn't, but it was tough because my mom would always have that smile on her face, like nothing was wrong. You know what I mean?
It's incredible.
At that time, Tom, I want to smack myself in the face right now because I wish I knew at that time I was able to caress her and hold her and tell her, Mom, everything's gonna be good. I'll try for you. I just didn't know, man. I was a young guy.
We don't know, but you know what? She knew. She knew.
Yeah.
She knew how you felt. Like parents have that intuition. And look how she's influenced you the rest of your life, right?
Yeah,
so
man.
You should be very thankful to her.
Yeah, I am. It's just, I'm just talking about ours thing, like growing up, what you went through. People don't understand how, if you have two parents, enjoy it, man. Like, but you don't, no matter what, kids aren't going to listen because they have to learn on their own. So that's what you have to do. But man,
it's the people who have nice families out there, and they should be incredibly grateful and thankful because not a lot of people do. Like it's you look at the world and it's like, what happened?
And that's where I gets into boxing. So boxing was like therapy to me, man. And that's why I became a fighter because when I was boxing, I guess that's why I didn't suffer it when I was younger. I was never depressed in my life ever until I was getting older, and I was like, started to drink a lot, and I was like, what's going on, man? I just made the stupid mistakes in my life, but you live and learn, you know what I mean? Like
everybody does that.
Yeah.
I had basketball as my escape.
Yeah,
and
sure,
boxing,
sure.
Right.
I bet you did it every single day.
Every day.
Yeah.
And basketball to me was more than just basketball. Like it was my escape. It was I would go and play every day somewhere all day. Right. like all day.
Yeah.
And it became part of just my identity. Obviously I didn't play in the NBA or any of that stuff, but like the love of the game, what you can learn from the game. Same thing in fighting. Sure. It was thank God for it. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have basketball.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Me too, man. I didn't I went to college, but I actually didn't really go to college. It just wasn't me. Boxing was my thing and the way out. And I learned, honestly, like you, street, you went to college, but you learn I learned to become a man on the streets, like just being like street smart. You know what I mean? And in life, you can't beat street smart.
I was such a fish out of water in college. Yeah. I mean, I went to Ursinus. I got an academic scholarship to go to Ursinus because we could have never afforded it. I played basketball there, but I got it. Thankfully, they were nice with the academic stuff.
Yeah,
and it's a school where most people came from intact families. Most people were wealthy. And I was just lost. I said before, like where I grew up, people took showers after work, not before. And I'm and even when I graduated, like I had no idea what to do, like how life worked.
Yeah.
And I remember my first job out of college made no money at all, but it was still more than my mom ever made in her life.
Wow.
And it's a weird thing to be like, oh God, I got to.
What was that job? You mind me asking?
I was a claims rep at Hanover Insurance Company in Valley Forge. Yeah.
Damn.
And I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea how to get a job. Luckily at Ursinus, they came on campus to interview a bunch of people, and I got that job, and I took it because again, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
The weird thing about it though, Dame, is 3 months into that job, they announced they were closing the location. We were all fired.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they gave us a year.
Right.
So I learned very quickly, life's hard, because I got a job. I think I'm fine. Now, hey, you're losing your job.
Right.
But they did it with compassion. They gave us a year notice. They didn't, so I got out of that and went into the sales side of the world, which is where I spent the rest of my career with sales and entrepreneurialism. But that first job was a punch in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what do you mean we're fired? I spent 4 years in college to get this job.
Yeah, sure.
But you learn in college.
You got right back up.
Yeah,
you knocked down, you get up.
I think you're right though. Like you don't learn the academics and stuff is great, but you learn how to be a person. You learn how to get through adversity. You learn how to be on your own.
Absolutely.
We all make a ton of mistakes, and you learn how to try not to make the same one again. And
I'm another guy. I don't know what you think of this. I love being in uncomfortable positions because that's how sometimes I need to go away for myself for 2 weeks. And even though I don't want to, I probably want to go there after the first, second day. I'm like, man, I'm going to get out of here. But I stay there. It makes me think, and I come back and I succeed more,
Yeah.
And
I mean, you got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's where all the growth is in the discomfort. The growth isn't feeling nice and happy. The growth is when you're challenged, when you're a little concerned, when you got to fight a little harder. That I think is where we grow as people, and where we make, I think, some of our best decisions.
Sure.
Right. Well, I've never had it easy. And you've never had it easy.
Never.
And I always say I don't want it easy, but it might be nice. But
absolutely.
But it shapes who we are, and for your kids who are wonderful, and for my kids,
you too.
I don't want them to have it easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't feel as great at the end of the day when you've had an easy day.
Yeah,
you feel better when you've had a really hard day, but you've done some good stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I want for them.
Yeah, me too. You're exactly right, man. But listen, it's been a great talk with you.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
Celebrity Fight Club podcast, Celebrity Boxing coming to you. And I'm just excited about Delco Steaks, man. Delco Steaks is coming at you hard. National, big things coming. Tom Shivers and on Celebrity Fight Club podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dame.
Yeah, my man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Yep.